It was a stormy night in the quiet town of Ravenbrook. The wind howled through the narrow streets, carrying with it the smell of rain and decay from the town's old marketplace. Near the darkened corner of the public dump, a faint cry pierced the air. Margaret Ellington, a kind-hearted elderly woman, was walking home with a small basket of groceries when she froze. That sound, it wasn't the wind. She followed it, her heart pounding faster with every step, until her flashlight caught sight of a filthy white sack lying in the shadows. Her hands trembled as she untied it. What she saw made her gasp, a newborn baby girl, shivering, her eyes wide with fear and cold. Dear God, who could do such a thing? Margaret whispered, tears streaming down her cheeks. She wrapped the child in her shawl, held her close, and said, "From this moment on, you are mine, and your name shall be Isabella Grace Ellington." Years passed. Isabella grew up surrounded by love. Margaret never told her the truth about her origins. She raised her with manners, discipline, and kindness. Their closest neighbor, Mr. Jonathan Hale, adored the girl and often helped Margaret with her schooling. Isabella was bright, beautiful, and respectful, exactly the young woman Margaret had prayed she would become. After finishing primary school, Isabella earned a place at St. Mary's Academy, a prestigious boarding school in the city. Margaret could barely contain her joy. She bought Isabella new shoes, a brand new satchel, and every book she needed. But in the city, things began to change. Surrounded by wealthy friends and the temptations of urban life, Isabella slowly drifted from the values she had been taught. She learned arrogance, vanity, and disrespect. When she returned home for the holidays, the transformation was shocking. She spoke to Margaret with impatience, rolled her eyes at advice, and seemed embarrassed by her humble upbringing. Mr. Hale noticed. One afternoon, he pulled her aside. "Isabella, my dear, respect is the finest clothing a person can wear. Lose it, and you lose yourself." But Isabella smirked. "Mr. Hale, respect doesn't put food on the table. I want a better life, a bigger life." Her words cut into Margaret's heart like a knife. One evening, after a bitter argument, Margaret called Mr. Hale to the house. Isabella was in her room, pretending to read, but the door was left slightly ajar. Margaret's voice trembled as she spoke. "Jonathan, if I die before I can tell her, promise me you will. Tell Isabella she's not my biological daughter. I found her in a garbage pit the night the storm came, and I took her home as my own. I never told her because I wanted her to feel pure, to have dignity. I gave her everything I could. I only wanted her to be kind." Isabella's blood ran cold. Her hands began to shake. She could barely breathe. Margaret's voice broke. "I'm afraid. I'm losing her." Suddenly, Isabella burst from her room, tears streaming down her face. She fell to her knees before Margaret. "Mother. I'm sorry. I didn't know. You are my real mother. Not by blood, but by heart." That night changed everything. Isabella returned to school with a new determination. She worked harder than ever, graduated with honors, and later became a respected lawyer and advocate for abandoned children. Every speech she gave ended with the same words. "My mother pulled me out of the trash and gave me a name. Now I fight to give others a future." You are not defined by where you came from, but by the love and values that raised you. Thank you for walking through this journey with us. If this story touched your heart, imagine the ones still to come. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, because somewhere out there, someone is waiting for the story that will change their life. This is the Awakening Room, where stories awaken the soul.